when I say even start talking about, you understand it straight away. Basically, it's
everything
where
we're talking about.
we've just been talking as you're growing up. Some people
I
never
listen,
receive a hug. They never receive
me.
affirmations.
I never got
all that
enough.
kind
I
of stuff.
never got. I don't think I got enough hugs, love. The family just weren't like that. You know what I mean? And even now, like, you know, even with my mum and parents, you know, when it comes to special time, no, there's an embrace, but not like the lovely dovely. I've seen the lovely dovely. I wouldn't mind that.
But I saw
The
this.
lovely.
Sorry to cut you off. I did see this video. It's a while ago now on the internet, and as we know, once it's more than 2 days old, it's ancient. So this one,
24 hours.
this one I had to dig deep, do some archaeology. So basically, it's this lady, and she's I'll tell you her name. Her name is Mate Lisbeth. So I happened to come across the video on Twitter. So what got me was what she was talking about. So it was this thing she was talking about, touch deprivation.
Yep.
And the way she was talking about it, saying, oh, she's lacked touch, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I got the video. It's quite moving, but it really highlighted certain things for me as well. And I remember watching, you know, some documentaries and stuff about touch deprivation. I remember coming across one and about this study that they'd done in Romania, if I remember correctly. And
It's
basically,
somebody will correct you. If you're wrong.
yeah, definitely.
true, yeah.
Someone's going to fact check me anyway. But I think it was done in Romania. So it was research into touch deprivation amongst with children.
Yeah.
So basically, some children would receive affirmations, cuddles, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some wouldn't. So they were looking at whether it really affected development because they wanted to prove scientifically that it does. So basically, they did find that the ones that didn't receive a touch, didn't receive affirmations, actually had stunted growth, and their educational development as well was also stunted. But the ones that had constant affirmations, constant touch, cuddles, affection, developed well.
Loving human
Lovely
contact.
human.
Yeah.
Loving human contact,
Yeah.
basically. So basically, but isn't that what?
But
In
it was
a way, that's what we're hardwired
yeah.
to seek out.
So it was interesting when I watched that documentary, and then I actually found the paper that was written on it as well. It's going back a while anyway. So, but it was an interesting read, and I was actually quite shocked, and it made me start thinking that, you know, not that I'm trying to say, oh, if it wasn't for, because we're long past that now, you know. But I said, okay, was it possible that those things affected me? And basically, to compensate, I delved into books. And I found books a comfort. You know, so...
So you're basically saying to fill a gap.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's why till today I prefer to write notes than type them, because I like the touch of paper. I still like the touch of paper. That's why I'd rather a book than an audio book, because I want to turn the pages and I want to touch the paper, I want to feel it. But anyway, let me just quickly play the video, because I think it's worth watching.
I really need to be touched, and I know someone's gonna say okay, go to the salon and get your hair done, or get a massage, or get your nails done, right? So someone can hold your hand. None of those people love me.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the killer word right there.
That's the thing, though. It's loving human contact.
Real, it's real.
To feel
real.
To be in somebody's arms.
Yeah, that knows.
And feel safe.
Feel safe, love.
Protected.
You know, you don't have to impress. You don't have to do anything. It's just understanding, It's, yeah. It's true, isn't it? Can go anywhere. Nail
So
salon,
none of those
yeah.
people
Loves me.
love me.
But ultimately, that's what it was. Ultimately,
So-
it's somebody who wants, and she is somebody.
She looks like
I'm
she's
not
looking for.
misgendering
Yeah,
her.
that's it.
I'm assuming
She looks like
she's looking for
Sorry.
love, and with that comes happiness, and with that comes somebody that you build the rest of your life with. But at the beginning now, it's because she feels alone.
Well,
That I don't know when that was recorded. That could have been done when there was the lockdowns and the pandemic, and that has
because
definitely made that worse. Because if you're locked down and you're in a flat by yourself and you don't have any human contact, the only human contact you have is somebody delivering food to your door because you can't leave.
yeah, that's
That's
not even
it.
contact
Mad.
though.
That's not contact.
That's
That's
visually seen.
That's not
That's not
contact.
contact,
Mad.
man.
That's not helping.
But
How
as
many
she
people-
says, even if someone comes and shake your hand and think it's not love,
and that's ultimately what it
not
is. And
love.
so
Because it's
basically,
totally
she
different
could have
thing.
a million.
but again,
people to
if
say-
you're in an apartment alone,
But then that
It's gonna
goes.
Makes it
echo
worse.
it even
But then that
worse.
goes back to that study with the kids.
yeah,
It's the affirmations of love.
yes,
Positive affirmations saying, "Oh, don't worry, it'll be okay." Whereas, some children, you come home from school because instead of getting a B, or if you're a helicopter parent, instead of getting an A, you came back with a B plus, and
Oh,
then
no,
they
no,
lose
no,
their
you
shit.
came back with an A minus.
Oh, sorry, I completely forgot about
A
that one.
minus. Why is it not an A plus?
Yes. Or just a simple A.
Yeah,
would
simple
do.
A.
It couldn't be a simple A. It was an A minus. But whereas you get another parent, their child will come home with a C and say, "Oh, don't worry about it. You do better next time."
You know what makes that worse is I had both.
Yeah.
No, seriously, that's what makes that worse. I had both. My mother was the one who would basically give me the affirmation, and my father was the one who gave me nothing. So I was like, what? It was confusing.
But you
My
know
mum
why?
was the one who
But
validated.
you know why?
You
know why though?
I know why. He's from that generation.
It's not just that. It's not just that. You had a Nigerian father.
Yeah.
So it's like
From that generation, the generation that got independent, that entire generation is completely screwed. It's a fact. That entire generation is the generation that messed up the next generation, and I am the next generation. Thanks for that. But no, that's what it was. Nothing I did was good enough. The words they're seared in my memory, no matter how well I did. If I failed, you tried. If I passed, you tried. If I succeeded, you tried. That's all I heard. You tried. That's all I heard. If I won something, if I was top of my class in something, you tried. And I'm like,
you tried.
shut up. Right? So therefore, I'm going out with that. And on the flip side, I've got my mother, who is a teacher. Or was a teacher. She's now retired.
Yeah.
She's enjoying her retirement. Well, she's not enjoying her retirement. She's looking after my brother because she's his care, but that's another story. She's the one who's trying to validate it. She's the one who's going, no, you succeeded. Well done. So was I confused? Not that kind of confused.
No, but-
was I confused? Hell yes.
Yeah, but mothers normally,
Because they're the nurturers.
Yeah.
just by nature of
They-
who
they-
they
yeah,
are,
but
they nurture.
Yeah, but the nurturers.
But the thing is, with what makes it, let me not use the word. I don't want to use the word worse.
different.
What makes it different is when you have, let me say, black parents, then you have Nigerian parents.
Yeah, that is
right?
different.
There is a difference
There is a
between black
difference.
parents and Nigerian parents. I know it
Ghan-
sounds funny.
Ghanaians come close.
There's not. Listen,
No, I do know.
Once
I
you've
do know.
survived-
I did go to school with Ghanaians. They
if
come
you've
close.
survived a Nigerian parent, that's it. You're all right. You survived Nigerian parents, you can take on the world.
It's like Navy SEAL
Listen,
boot camp.
that's Navy SEAL, SAS, that's all of it.
Yeah.
In fact, you are Navy SEAL, you're SAS, you're Spetsnaz, you're all of them all rolled into one. No,
Not
but
quite
on a
Mossad,
serious
not quite Mossad because they're terrifying.
No, you put it this way, Mossad is nothing compared to Nigerian parents. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I only had
Listen.
one. You had two.
Listen. But on a serious note, though, on a serious note, it does sound funny that there's a difference between black parents and Nigerian parents. Because I think with Nigerian parents, it's I think our parents and that, that generation,
to
and even
earn
now, I
their
think
love.
what it is we're helicopter parents. We're the ultimate overachievers.
No,
You can't.
also-
There's no way
You have to be
No,
doctor,
you have to earn it.
engineer.
The,
No, it's not-
the love that is
you
coming.
earn it, yes.
You know it's there. You know it's there because you've seen.
No, but you've got to earn it.
But you have to earn it.
Right.
And sometimes when you see it, it's the greatest thing in the world, and you forgive all of the crap. I have done that. I have done that. I swore blind to my mother. I was about 14, 15 years old. I swore blind to her that I was done with him. I didn't want anything to do with him because it was just the relationship had just got toxic, and I had swore to her I was having nothing more to do with him. The moment he found out that I was going to university, I saw a sliver of that love.
Yeah.
A sliver.
He was
of it.
proud.
And I want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now it's my son's going to university.
Your son's going
Now it's my
But you
son.
see, this is where I'm
And
going
then
with it.
You can talk about it.
I forgave.
Yeah.
I'm 19 years old. I've seen all his tricks. I forgave everything.
Yeah, because he's talking about you
No,
and he's proud.
I forgave
He's proud
everything.
of you because he's proud of you.
proud.
No, because I saw a sliver of that
No,
love.
because you saw that love, and now you're like, oh, so you have had this thing all this time.
Yeah, you do
And
care.
you work
But-
your arse off to try and get it back, but then you know
Yeah.
what? Nothing's good enough to get it back.
But the thing is, like, this is why I say with Nigerian parents, we're overachievers. You can't say, the first thing is education. You're going to open your mouth and say you're not going to school. Okay, you're not going to school, what are you going to do? Because it's not in this house.
It's not in,
Or
yeah.
if you are-
Because
understand?
remember,
Okay,
you're
no
an
problem.
extra human
What are
being.
you doing?
You're gonna use the fridge. You're eating.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You understand? You're not
Where
going
you
to
going?
school. Okay.
Where you going?
When you're not going to school, that means you're not getting an education. But the family, especially if you come from an educated family. So, okay, you're not getting an education. Well, maybe your last name needs to change. You understand?
I have actually heard that.
Right? Your
Not
last
to
name.
me. I have actually. I had a friend of mine when I was growing up. He actually got told that.
Yeah, your
He
last
actually
name
got told that.
may have to change.
Yeah.
Right?
He came to me and said that to me, and I looked at him and
Because
went,
it can't be that you've got professor this, professor this, professor this, doctor this, doctor this, doctor this, professor this, doctor that,
Lawyer.
engineer this.
Lawyer.
You understand? Barrister that.
Yep.
You understand? You can't have that in the family, and then
Attorney.
it comes to you.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
Even
just
family
plain-
members, that you have
Right.
never met,
Yeah.
No,
they
but
will
the thing
bring
is,
them up and say they are doing well.
even if you don't have doctor in front of your name, at least at the end of your name there should be some letters.
Yes.
So if there's not even that at the end of
BSc,
your name, it's like
MA,
so.
PhD,
MB or something.
doing?
You need
MB, doesn't
something.
matter.
You need
Doesn't
What are
matter
you
what
doing
it
with
is.
your life?
As long as there's letters, as long as they will use it, and when they mention your
PhD,
name,
yeah.
those letters are added to that name.
It's like now recently, you can now see recently with Nigerian. When I say recently, I'm talking about within the last 20 years,
It's changing, innit?
right? There's a change.
There's a change. Yeah.
There's a change of where you can have a choice of what you really want to do in life.
Yeah.
Like before, you can say you want to be a musician, you're having a laugh, or you say you want to be a footballer.
You want to
you're
be a
joking.
footballer.
You understand? But because they've now seen
The success
the
it can
earning
bring,
potential,
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
because
That's
that's
what-
as far as I'm
yeah.
concerned, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, it does boil
it's
down
the
to that.
earning potential.
It does boil
So
down.
because it earns
Yeah,
and there's
musicians
money
are,
in
yeah.
there, they're like, okay. But some parents are still like,
No,
no,
I think
you still need
it's
to go to
because
school.
It's become a rarity, and yes, earlier on I did say that basically that generation is completely not screwed, the one that got independence. But inside that generation are those little gems.
Yeah, but who
have passed it on, who did give the validation, who did all that stuff, and all the opposite stuff of what my father gave me, even though they still held secrets from
but
their
you-
children.
yeah, but that's-
at the same time, that's their
No, but
That's-
I see there's a change there, like, especially they're doing pranks with their kids now. When I was growing up, I want to see a Nigerian parents doing pranks.
Are you
with
mad?
it, and these
you
fake babies, or I'm
do
pregnant.
a prank.
Yeah, like, yeah, out the house,
Prank.
you're gone, you finished.
Out the house. Out there, well, the way you're getting out the house is not with two legs anyway.
Or if you're doing that in the house, you're doing this in my house. That's the end of the video.
Yeah, but now
That's the end of the video
there
because
is
the
a
slipper
change.
is coming off and it's getting cracked around the
No,
head.
but that was the thing. Like in a black household, we were strict.
Yeah.
But again,
No.
the strictness. You have to
No.
understand.
There's levels.
There's levels to it. But at the end of the day, it still boils down to
Strictness. There's levels.
But there's a
strictness,
reason
yeah.
for that strictness, though.
Yes.
So when you look at the reason for the strictness, you have to also look at what they went through.
Yeah.
They went through some unresolved shit
Yeah.
that they haven't
The
dealt with.
hardship. That's
That
true.
they haven't dealt with.
They buried it.
That they've buried. So
carry.
what they now do,
They carry the
they
weight.
transfer it.
Yeah. It's generational trauma.
So you can't. So in a way, that generational trauma, they're passing it on, but they're inadvertently passing it on. Because number one, let's look, whether we like it or not. I know people will not want to hear it, but this is a totally different conversation. But you have to also look at aspects of colonialism. You have to look at aspects of slavery. There's things that, whether you like it or not, do pass down. That's why they say it's in the DNA. So if it's in the DNA for other things, why can't it be in the DNA for certain societal things with black people?
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on, because we don't want to go down that road. Right? But when you look,
that road is deep and dark.
but when you look, I remember I knew from 6 years old that I had to outperform every single person in my class by at least 10 times for me to get noticed.
Yeah.
I knew that. So now if I knew that, what did they have to
must
go
do,
through?
yeah.
So when I started looking at it like that, I now started seeing that bigger picture. I started seeing it that, oh, hang on. Yes, I blame him for that. I blame her for that. But it's because they didn't resolve that. If they'd resolved it, maybe we wouldn't have had to go down this road. But, which is I think that's one of the good things, because now, because you're seeing the bigger picture, it's now making it so you now are actually understanding them and know that they're not actually it wasn't actually coming from a place of maliciousness. It was just, they didn't know anything else.
I understand that very young.
Yeah.
I
they didn't
understand
know.
my parents, what they went through, my nan, what she saw her mum went through. So I understand when it was tough for me and thing, I took it better than my little brother, let's just say. I calmed down quicker, understand why I was disciplined, the right and wrong, learning for your future. That's why I guess I'm still out of prison.
But that's it, because
I
when
think
you,
I took it the opposite way. I took it in terms of I swore to myself, and I have tried my best not to do it. I swore to myself at a very young age that if I ever had children, I would never treat them the way my father treated me.
we all do that though.
We all do.
We all do that.
We all do that.
We all do that.
I haven't
that.
treated my child like my child
Because I couldn't
is
do it.
getting. I've never dreamed that. My child is living my dream. Let's just say that. To me, my child is living my dream. What I would dream when I was younger. You know what I mean? Just have shoes on my feet. You know, nice. A real burger.
Yeah.
You know.
But it sounds silly for some people. For some people, that sounds silly.
Toys and all the stuff.
Yeah, it sounds.
But I'm doing it because I don't want her to even think.
No, because what you're doing is.
But that's my mental health as well.
What you're also doing, in a weird way, and it's what you mentioned earlier on. You're the dam to stop the generational trauma.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Because
Carry
you've
on.
taken that stand to say, right, you
You're
know
taking
what?
a stand saying, I'm
it
taking
stops with me.
It stops here.
Yeah.
And,
And
you're not
that's-
passing,
Passing it.
what I've carried and what people before me in my line have carried and all of that. I'm not passing it on to you for you to carry. You're going to live the life I wanted to live, but even though I can't live it,
And when I think about
You
it,
live it and better.
you live it and better it.
Because that really, anyway, is the point of being a parent.
Parents,
is
yeah, that's
for that child to live
that's
better
a
than-
true
Yeah,
saying.
but some
You
people
do.
miss it.
Yeah, they miss it.
A lot of people miss it.
But
I think,
again,
yeah.
we still have to look at it. Why do they miss it? Again, it's because they've
general.
not seen it in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's funny enough, like on the Twitterverse, you know, I love Black Twitter. I love my people, you know. But sometimes we are ignorant. I just have to admit it.
Take things at face value.
Right. You know, to see on there where people say, yep, once my child's 18, you're out the house.
They're gone. They're
And
not your
I'm
child
like,
no more. You're like,
what?
Jesus.
Why? Why? At 18, out the house. And then you're going, okay. And then the funny thing is, the same people, you'll see them they'll put a post and go, oh, white supremacy, we don't have generational wealth. And I'm like, irony kind of escaped you there, didn't it? And then what I do, sometimes I like,
Twitter's not real.
and sometimes I like to look for trouble. I'll screenshot it and then
Do you?
I'll go back to that person.
You
and
look for
go,
trouble.
Remember this.
You look for trouble.
And I'll go, remember
You look
this.
for trouble.
You understand?
You look for
But
trouble.
it's fun.
You deliberately.
You're the trouble.
No, sometimes like, remember this. Because it's like, you know, or I'll go, irony.
You look for trouble all the time.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, you can't complain of something and you're doing exactly the same thing. But the unfortunate thing is, they're not even aware.
No.
That's the problem. They're not aware.
Yeah.
One, it could be out of pure, sheer pig-headedness that they don't want to be aware. Two,
There's also the side that basically can be from ignorance.
yeah, that's what. Two, ignorance. Three, that's all they've seen in their life as well.
That's what they've seen.
And that's
what I
all
say.
they've seen,
the
and they
history
think
they've
And that's
seen.
all they know.
life is.
And that's
it's
all
a
they know.
cycle.
Yeah.
And what's worse, it could even be 1 and 3. Not aware of it because that's all they've seen all their
Because
life.
that's all they've seen.
Yeah, but it also
And
could
that's
be-
dangerous,
You also forgot number 4.
which was number
They
4.
just don't give a shit.
That's That's the history, innit?
Yeah.
That's
But
the
again,
culture,
it comes
that's
back
the-
to-
It comes back to the
That's
cause
1,
again. And
3,
the
and
effect
4.
is the
That's
effect.
again 1, 3, and 4.
The effect then becomes they just don't give a shit.
Yeah,
And they're
that's
just
1, 3,
going
and
to
4.
pass it on.
Because 1, 3, and 4
Well,
is it boils down to
that's
I
the
don't give
dangerous
a-
one.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
that is
dangerous one.
dangerous.
Yeah.
You understand? But
And
again,
those are the ones that we read about in the
yeah.
papers.
You read about them that they did that.
Yeah.
They did this.
Yeah.
You know, and funny enough, we were talking about this story earlier about what's happened in Nottingham. And, you know, that we were saying that's a clear mental health case.
It has to be.
How can someone's on your radar, you know, I don't want to go too far, but someone's gone to MI6 headquarters
And demanding.
demanding to be allowed in. He doesn't work there, doesn't have anything to do with it. And then he's already known for doing that, but he's gone. He's been allowed to still go free.
I don't
But
think we
then-
know the complete case. So
I know,
I'm
we
not
don't know
sure,
the complete case,
you know,
but
from what
it's
you've heard,
surprising.
yeah.
But
We
it's
don't
surprising.
know the
I would say,
complete
I'd say
case,
he's got
but
some
from
mental.
what
I would
has
say he's got
been-
some mental issues.
we don't know the complete case of it at the time of this recording, obviously. But what I would say is, from what has been reported about him, it's everything when you read about it in terms of it sounds like a mental health break.
Well, come on, it's someone going round stabbing people. That's someone snapped.
Yeah.
Even if they do it in a cold-blooded way, the person still snapped. Whether you see, this is what I say. You can have someone that goes on a rampage, or you can have someone that's a cold, calculated killer. Either way, the brain has to have snapped for you to be able to do that anyway. You understand? So
it's
either way, it
evenness.
is.
It's that, or it's
no,
evenness.
doesn't.
It's
But the
just-
brain is
it's-
snapped.
Yeah, it's definitely has to. It's like
That's where people
it's
go,
not-
oh, he's had a psychotic break. So on this side, the psychotic break was very quiet. It was very quiet, and then it got channeled. On this side, it was the rampage.
Yeah.
The psychotic break was just a, and it was the rampage. This one broke very quietly, very early,
Yeah.
and then channeled it.
Yeah.
And that's what made this one extremely dangerous. Again, boiling down to generational. Because it's never going to start from, you're born this way. No, it's something that would have been coming all the way.
Yeah.
No, because your life experiences
Yeah.
are what make
Your
you.
life experience.
As like,
you have some people, they're just angry all the time. I was born angry.
Yeah.
And you go, well, how can you have been born angry, bro?
Yeah, I used to have that. I used to have that in my 20s.
You used to feel like...
I used to have that in my
think
20s.
that-
People used to be like, oh yeah, you don't like many people. That was the phrase. And I used to, my answer was like, I don't like people, I just hate everybody. And it's like, but then I'd always counteract it, and so it became a saying. It's like, I don't like people, but I love gatherings. And it'd be like, people would be like, why are you here? You don't even like people. And I went, no, but I love gatherings. I love, being with, I guess what it was for me when I, especially in my 20s and early 30s, even now, is that having a circle of friends that know the shit that you went through, don't judge you for it, and take the piss for it.
And
Right, and
the banter,
literally take the piss for it, and just crack jokes all the time, and you can crack jokes with, and you can say some of the most screwed up shit in the world, and nobody is going to judge you for what you're talking about, and they will just take the piss out of you if you screw up and say something in the wrong order. I'm still getting that.
Yeah, that's hard to find in these new generations. To laugh at yourself, to laugh with your friends, to let it out.
Laughter is the best medicine.
It
thing
is.
that I taught her. And taking the inane, idiotic stupidity of the world that it is, and not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And realizing that this is a spinning ball in the cosmos.
That's
spinning
right.
1,000 miles an hour.
That's right. That's
and going around a ball of gas.
One day that's going to go
will
towards
one
the
day
sun,
blow up.
That's it.
burn up, or whatever's going to happen. Or the way they're dropping weapons nowadays, it might go quicker. But
and that's been around for millions of years. Sorry, some of you. Been around for millions of years.
No, we're not doing that.
Next
No, we're not doing that one.
We're not doing
Taking
that.
a break.